Congratulations, we got your offer accepted. That's the first hurdle. Now it's navigating through what we'll call the escrow process. First, my team will need to get the fully executed agreement over to your lender so they can lock in your interest rate. Go over the final figures to make sure you're still comfortable with what might be your new payment based on your new mortgage amount. In addition to that, you'll want to factor in the property taxes and insurance. These are all things that you can discuss with your lender prior to submitting an offer. That way you'll know what your all-in monthly mortgage payment is. In addition, you'll need to wire the earnest money deposit, EMD, to escrow within the first 72 hours of getting your offer accepted. Remember, the EMD will usually be 3% of the purchase price that we went over together when we discussed your offer. That needs to be wired directly from your bank to the escrow company. I'll remind you again when the time comes, but always remember to call your escrow officer and verify the wiring instructions before sending a wire. In addition to that, I'm going to supply you with a couple of recommendations for home inspectors, or if you have your own home inspector, you are more than welcome to hire them. Generally, when an escrow falls apart early into the escrow process, it's due to the condition of the property. I recommend getting your inspections completed as soon as possible to give you time to review reports and schedule additional inspections if needed. The inspector is going to go on the roof and under the house if there's a crawl space, check out the major systems such as the foundation, electrical, plumbing, and heating. The home inspector will also test the appliances. The home inspector will then share their report with you and their findings and let you know if they suggest having other professionals that specialize in a particular area such as plumbing come to inspect the issue. Once we get that inspection report back, you'll read through the report and let me know if you have any concerns. If there are any major issues, you can decide if you'd like to ask the sellers to either repair the issue or give you a credit towards your closing costs for a specific amount. Then you can take care of the work on your own after close of escrow. You can also request to use the credit to reduce the sales price instead of reducing your contribution to your closing costs. In addition to the home inspection, you'll also want to review all of these seller disclosures. The disclosures are all the documents that the sellers are required to complete by law. The two common documents that I specifically want you to pay attention to are the Seller's Property Questionnaire, SPQ, and the Transfer Disclosure Statement, TDS. These are two documents that the sellers have to disclose any and everything of material facts that you as a buyer will want to know. For example, do they have an angry neighbor who flies off the hook every other week? Does the window in the front bedroom not open? So anything that is not operable or there is a challenge with, the seller should disclose that. I recommend getting a termite inspection as well. If you're purchasing a single family home, the other inspection I highly encourage you to get is an inspection of the main sewer line. This is going from the house to the public sewer system. A lot of times, if the sellers have not redone that piping, it's a small galvanized pipe and may cause issues in the future. There's also trees and roots that tend to go through the pipes as well. So if the homeowner has replaced this at some point in time, then you're probably good. If they haven't, then what happens is these are the main lines that back up into the house, and that's what we want to avoid. The inspector will put a camera down the main line to see if it's clear or if there's any issues. In the next video, I'm going to discuss what the next steps are if there are issues with the home and what your options are. Again, this is Ashley Kennedy with Circle Real Estate.